Shahed hunters, that's what they call the mobile air defense fire teams. Crews in passenger cars armed with machine guns and modern sights. They are the first to respond to threats from the sky, and often it depends on them whether an enemy drone hits its target or bursts into sparks above. What role do these groups play in the Dnipropetrovsk region, and how much time do they spend responding? Anastasia Vilkova will tell us more.
When Russian drones rush toward the city, picking up tremendous speed and maneuvering relentlessly, there are only seconds to stop them. The enemy constantly modifies their drones, but Ukrainian crews leave them no chance of success. "26-year-old Oleh, originally from Nikopol region, has been defending the skies over Dnipropetrovsk for more than a year. Right after university, he joined the armed forces, and since then he has been working in a mobile fire group.
Personally, as an active member of the group, I have successfully shot down 3 Shahed drones during this particular period of time.
When we get an air raid alert on our phones, for mobile groups that's already a signal to act immediately.
The principle of operation for a mobile fire group is as follows. First, a missile threat alert is announced, and after the signal, the groups head out to their positions and prepare to intercept the target.
Shooting down a Shahed is almost like trying to catch a butterfly in the dark. You have to react quickly and not miss a single movement. And that's difficult, the fighters say, when the target is maneuvering. Usually, a mobile group consists of 2 people. One closely monitors the screen. The other takes aim with the main weapon. Here, heavy machine guns come into play, operating with guidance from thermal imaging sites.
In front of us now is the Canik M2 machine gun. It's made by a Turkish manufacturer and has a caliber of 12.7. It fires at a distance of 6,800 meters. That's its maximum range. The box holds 100 rounds and the belt feeds through here.
Since the start of the full-scale invasion, the enemy has constantly been coming up with something new. Sometimes the Russians use decoy drones. But the main strategy now is massive shelling, according to the military.
The enemy's tactics are constantly changing. They adapt and adjust in order to deliver a devastating blow to us. Mainly, these are massive barrages with the number of Shaheds constantly increasing, and their flight altitude is also changing.
Our mobile units are constantly forced to adapt to the enemy's new tricks, the soldiers say. Everything happens quickly, and the tension never lets up for even a second. And the question arises, what is the hardest part of this job?
The most challenging and difficult part is probably accurately detecting the Shaheds, especially when they fly at a very high altitude.
But while our military defends the skies, our own safety depends on each of us. Respond to air raid alerts, take shelter, and do not film the work of air defense forces. By following these simple rules, we help our defenders and protect our own lives. Anastasia Vilkova, Alexander Yurasov, Vikna STB, United News.
It is capable of crossing the Black Sea twice and carrying 5 tons of explosives. Ukrainian developers have unveiled the underwater drone Toloka 1000, which could pose a serious threat to the Crimean bridge and Russian port infrastructure. There are 3 types of drones in the Toloka family. The developers emphasize that their inventions are not torpedoes, but fully functional robotic platforms equipped with numerous sensors and artificial intelligence technology capable of independently carrying out a variety of combat missions at sea. Mikhailo Manelyuk will tell you more in detail.
Almost every night in Russia is spectacularly explosive. The security service of Ukraine, SBU, struck one of the largest oil refining and petrochemical plants, Gazprom Neftekhim Salavat in Bashkortostan, with deep strikes. It's almost 1,500 kilometers from there to Ukrainian territory. And so the Ukrainian Defense Forces attacked Novorossiysk. The base of the Black Sea Fleet was stormed not only by the usual aerial drones, but also by unmanned surface boats that appeared in the sea near the port.
Something truly and utterly got completely wrecked here, leaving behind a scene of significant devastation and destruction. Excellent. Thank God it's over there.
Ukraine has enough naval drones to attack Russia almost every day. They even plan to sell unmanned boats abroad. Such drones are used in various operations as they are capable of both destroying the enemy and conducting reconnaissance and demining waters. Ukrainian special services have long suggested striking specifically at the ports. For this purpose, they created the surface drone Kozak Mamey. However, the American allies were against it, but now, it seems, they have changed their minds.
It's moving, it's moving, it's moving, it's moving. So when are they going to blow it up? Why aren't they blowing it up?
Earlier at the beginning of the war, the enemy basically pushed us back to our own coastline, to a distance of about 10 to 15 kilometers. Now we've managed to drive them out of that zone, but we haven't taken full control over that area yet.
Ukraine has already forced the Russians to hide their fleet in ports farther away. But most likely, things won't be easy for them even there now. Domestic developers are expanding the front and will be able to control the sea even underwater. Recently, at the Brave 1 Defense Cluster exhibition in Lviv, a 12-meter Ukrainian underwater drone called Toloka was showcased, which is capable of striking at a distance of 2,000 kilometers.
Frankly speaking, that's a very long distance. I don't know whether we actually need that or not. Because 2,000 kilometers, just so you understand, is the distance from Odessa to Port Said. That's it. Well, maybe a drone like this with such serious power could destroy or seriously damage major hydraulic structures, ones that, support the enemy's operations.
The Toloka 1000 is equipped with both a diesel and an electric engine. The device is capable of diving to a depth of up to 1 kilometer and waiting there for up to 3 months for the command to destroy its target.
All the equipment, all the sensors, and all the onboard instruments are powered by electricity. 3 whole months means that once it has fully and completely charged its powerful batteries and then surfaced, it can subsequently submerge and patiently wait there until it absolutely needs to recharge its power again.
Experts are convinced that just a few of these drones are capable of destroying the Crimean Bridge, as they carry 5 tons of explosives, which is enough to effectively turn large targets into scrap.
Well, indeed, that substantial amount of explosives can certainly cause very serious and extensive damage to the bridge's structural supports, because merely hundreds of kilograms are quite unlikely to do anything truly significant. But tons can really get the job done.
In any case, there is no single weapon that could effectively and decisively strike the Crimean Bridge. Here, we need to talk about involving different systems and an operation that will be carried out in several stages. Undoubtedly, Toloka could be the main player.
The main player because ordinary sea drones are more vulnerable to enemy strikes than those that move underwater, experts explain. Near the shores of Crimea, Russia uses Grakonok or Raptor boats, which detect drones on the water's surface.
The main advantage of an underwater drone is its stealth. Because right now, the drones we use, the sea drones, move on the surface, and they can be detected by radar stations, the network of which is currently installed along the coast, including the Crimean Peninsula. First of all. Secondly, they can be detected from the air by various drones.
Experts add, Ukrainian underwater drones will strike at sea platforms in the Black Sea, which Russia uses to deploy radar stations and air defense systems. And also, Toloka will be able to hunt enemy submarines.
This is precisely where we truly need them. I think that, well, of course, finding and effectively neutralizing a submarine using drones will be significantly more cost-effective than building and then continuously maintaining a dedicated corvette for this crucial purpose. 1,000 times cheaper, in fact. And this is possible because our operational area is very compact. It's relatively small. That's it. Well, here it's important who will provide the targeting information. That's very important. Otherwise, this drone simply won't find its target.
Ukrainian engineers are preparing for the serial production of the Toloka 1000 and 2 other smaller underwater drones from this family, which will also be able to destroy Russian ships and boats in the Black Sea, as well as clear or lay mines on the seabed. The developers are placing great hopes on these underwater monsters. Perhaps this weapon will soon appear in the Ukrainian Navy.
You just have to understand that such a product is not final on the day it is produced, especially when it comes to some new weapon systems. Any such weapon system always goes through a stage of experimental operation.
Mikhailo Maneliuk, Valentin Bilik, Podrobici, Inter TV channel, United News Marathon.